Hi there, it's Sam from poodles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one, but sort of. I'm not actually going to make this card all over again. What I'm going to do is share some tips with you about using the lined alphabet and the layering alphabet stamp set. I'm thinking it's quite amusing that I have a streak, I have a rainbow streaking on my desk. It's going to disappear because I think the sun's on its way out. Or on its way in, but I've got a rainbow on my card, and then I pick up this rainbow. Oh look, it's vanished now. Come on, sun, come back. But a few tips for you. So I made a rainbow card that spelled poodles, which is great. My tips for you, I mean, I will show you how to cut with the dies, is to consider the layout of your letters as opposed to the layout here on the cardstock. So you can see I've got perfect equidistance along here, which is great, but actually my letters aren't lined up properly, and that is because my L is much narrower, and so it could have gone with going that way a little bit. So take that into consideration. If you look at the sample in the catalogue, which I will grab for you, let me see what page it's on. Oh, I'm looking on the wrong the long page. Lined alphabet, page 174. You will see that actually it's not equidistant along here, and particularly this one isn't, but the words are laid out, or the letters are laid out correctly, so do consider that. I wish I had first. Also consider the number of layers you've got. I feel I've got too many layers on here, and actually, despite the fact that it was well glued, it has come to separate. So my point is, you can see there's a bit of yellow sticking out here. My yellow didn't have to go all the way along. It could have cut down shorter, so that actually you would have less layers all the way along. So the purple one wouldn't need to be anywhere near this lovely pink here. So do consider that one as well, because otherwise it might do what mine's done. It's a good job this one was just for me, and it's going to go on my rainbow shelf. But do consider that. I'm not sure how well you can see, but my purple, this purple one here, goes all the way up, excuse me, all the way to there. If I peel it back a little bit, you can just see it. It didn't need to. It probably could have stopped there, and then you wouldn't have seen it. Okay, other tips for you, more about the dies than anything. These are marvellous. Not only can you make these kind of letters, but you can also trim them off. But when you're looking at them backwards with this part here, which we're going to use to slot into position, you can look at them and think, I have no idea what a letter that is. So mark it first. I actually used one of our blends pens because obviously they don't come off. So mark them first, and they are in alphabetical order, sort of. They are double-sided as well. So that looks like an A, so that's going to be A, B, C, D, E, F. Now that doesn't look like sorry, A, B, C, D, E. That doesn't look like an F, that's an S. So you're going to take it backwards, O, P, Q, R, S. And the same, so follow it all the way along. The ones that throw people are the accented letters. So that is the French C with a little sort of tail at the bottom, which is pronounced like an S, so you'd see that in garçon. I don't believe there is a B with an umlaut, but there might be. I don't remember. I haven't got it marked up here, but we've got an exclamation mark. If you're unsure, they are all marked, and you can see them in more detail on this page. We have got, there we go, the umlauts to go over a B. We've got some speech marks and what have you. But then the other piece that you get is this one here. And you do get a divider to keep them separated, which I would strongly recommend. Now, it is notched here, here and here, and that is to work with 8.5 by 11 cardstock and International A4. So I have some cardstock here. I've got Soft Sea Foam and Tranquil Tide. One of my team told me that they looked really good together. I agree with her. So start off by cutting your layer. Now obviously I work in International A4, so I'm going to cut my piece down to the size I want. Actually, you know what? So I know that I'm going to need a piece that is 10.5 centimetres by 14.85 centimetres. Okay, and like I say, this is me working in International A4, and I'm going to put this on autofocus and zoom in so you can hopefully see that. And I need to look at what I'm doing as well as what you're doing. So what you do is you line this edge up here. Probably if I get my magnetic platform, that would help. Oh, another tip, use platforms that are or plates as straight as possible. So, and that's not straight. That one's pretty straight. As long as the bottom one, there we go, that's better. As long as the bottom one is straight, you're okay. So, obviously there is a groove. That faces down. You line up this edge here with the edge of your cardstock. Get that bit lined up first and then start manoeuvring it until your cardstock lines up with two of the grooves, and you want to make sure that they're the same ones. The outer ones would be for those who work in 8.5 by 11. Let me just move that slightly so you can see it. 8.5 by 11, but I'm in International A4, so I want the smaller ones. So you do that, line that up. I can't actually get my head completely overhead. I can't look completely overhead because, you know, there's a camera in there. So let's grab a letter. I'm just going to grab my first one, which is an A. And this bit, these bits here drop in there. Now there's a little, it's got a squared off edge there and a rounded one, so rounded at the top, and you will see that it won't fit in any other way. Snap it into position and it slots in. I'm going to grab my Big Shot and to move this out of the way just for a second. Probably knock it off alignment, knowing me. Get my top plate. And slide it through. Okay, so that is my first letter done. So that's an A. Okay, oh look, I didn't zoom out. Oh. You move this out of the way and zoom out, and then I'll do another letter in a different colour. Okay, so I'm going to do the same process again. I'm going to grab another piece of cardstock. Let me just trim down some in Tempting Turquoise. So the same size. And where's my plate gone? Line it all up. You might be able to see it a bit better on this one actually because it's darker. So line that up. If I grab another letter, I'm going to have a B. I don't know what I'm spelling. I'm not spelling anything, I'm just making letters to show you how to use it. Drop it into place. Cutting plate on the top. Oh, I've just notched it offline. Have your cardstock on your table or your Big Shot. Do it all on the Big Shot platform, basically. Send that one through. Move that out of the way because I'm not going to cut anymore. And that is another letter perfectly cut out. Now, so I don't know how I'm going to line up my letters. We'll just do it like that. So you can see that they line up, and I've got a piece of cardstock ready. Now, I am the type that likes a border round my cards. So I would tend to cut my cardstock 1/2 centimetre shorter. Now you can't do that and have it line up with this perfectly. Let me bring in my sample, where is it? I trimmed afterwards and I kind of wished I hadn't. So, or rather I stuck everything together and then trimmed it. So I would suggest trimming first. But it is very, very simple, and you can see what I mean. If I turn this over, I don't need anywhere near that much cardstock. I could chop that off about there. And it would be absolutely fine. and it would fit on with no problem. So those are my tips for you, and it wouldn't be anywhere near as bulky, and you could have multiple layers and you would only have sort of 2 layers of cardstock at a time. So those are my tips for you. These grooves are brilliant. Haven't worked out what that one's for. I'm going to guess it's probably if you're going to go that way across. It is. It's if you want to cut lengthways and you want to have a taller card. So that would be what it's for. See, that really makes sense now. I just happen to do my card like that. But it is a brilliant tool. I am so excited to have this. I would say, you know, you can nip off and you've got a freehand letter. The stamping, stamp first or stamp afterwards, it's entirely up to you. I don't know where my A is. Is that a B? No, that's... Where's the A? There's the A. So I've not tried this, so we'll have a bit of an experiment live on camera. Hope it works. I think this is going to be great if you're cutting out your letters in the... Oh, I can't get my head over the camera. I can't get my head over. You could do your letters out in the spotty DSP. That would look brilliant. There's your B. But yeah, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. I absolutely love it. I'm thrilled we've got something like this in the catalogue now. We'll just put that back in one place. Oh, I don't know where it goes now. Over there. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. I hope my tips have saved you. But yeah, really, really excited to have this. Can't wait to play. Anyway, speak to you very soon. Bye.